Parents across the country are anxiously keeping an eye on what's happening in schools. Information on COVID-19 infections isn't always easy to get, and so a Montreal father decided to take matters into his own hands. As Mike Armstrong explains, he set up a website to collect, track, and map COVID-19 cases in Quebec schools.
Your website exploded.
It really did.
It is far beyond anything Olivier Drouin expected. What started as a little pet project in his spare time has taken over all of his spare time. Drouin is putting in several hours a day running his website, but it's getting traction.
I can tell you over 2.3 million page views. So that's quite a lot of traffic for a dad in his basement working on a website, yes.
Drouin's site tracks Quebec schools that have had at least one case of COVID-19. As of Thursday, his list was at 297. That's about one school in 10. The information he uses is public. When a school has a case, it has to send out a letter notifying parents. Well, through Drouin's site, parents notify him.
You vet the submissions that come to your site to make sure they're real.
Yes, so what I do is when the submission comes in, I contact individuals that submitted the case, and then I ask them for a copy of the letter from the government or public health that confirms the positive case.
Now, the whole thing was born of frustration. Drouin's daughters were starting the school year, and he noticed there was no way to follow what was happening in Quebec schools. Well, Drouin's list basically forced the Quebec government to make its own, and that effort has come under a lot of criticism. There are about 60 schools on Drouin's list that aren't on the government's. It's had trouble keeping up.
I don't know if you've made any friends in the government at this point.
I don't know if I've made any friends. I'm hoping that as a concerned citizen, I've made many friends outside of government.
Drouin says he's been blown away by the reaction, and it's spreading. There's an advocacy group in Alberta tracking cases in schools there, and another in Toronto tracking cases nationally. Drouin is hoping provincial governments find a way to give parents as much information as possible. Not just the number of schools, but how many cases and the root cause of the transmission. He'll keep up the pressure in the meantime, but hopes to shut his site down as soon as possible. Working and raising two daughters is plenty. Mike Armstrong, Global News, Montreal.